Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Viewers, you are welcome in this video. Viewers, in this video, I will talk about how to apply paired sample t-test. I will cover paired sample t-test basics, its applications, and how we can check hypotheses, including null hypothesis, alternative hypothesis, and how we can denote hypothesis statement to check using paired sample t-test. I will also cover its different assumptions and then followed by the interpretation of the results using statistical significance and practical significance. Towards the end, I will discuss one practical examples wherein I will demonstrate that how you can apply paired sample t-test using Microsoft Excel. So before proceeding with this topic, if you have not subscribed to this channel, you are requested to subscribe to it and press the bell icon so that you will get the intimation of all my future videos uploaded through this channel. So let's start with our paired sample t-test. Viewers, when we talk about paired sample t-test, as its name suggests that we use the same entity data and we measure it twice. For example, if you are checking the effect of a training program on a group of employees, let's say you have 10 employees and you want to give them a training and then you want to check the impact of training on those 10 employees. So in this case, you can measure like the performance before giving them a training and the performance after giving them a training. So in this case, you will be having two set of variables, performance before training and performance after training. So in this case, the subject entity will be the employees, the same employees, but the measurement it has a different timing, like for example before and after. So in paired sample t-test, each subject or entity is measured twice. So therefore, it results in pairs of observations. So as I've explained that common applications of the paired sample t-test, it include case control studies or repeated measures designs. The another example we can have, like we can study the impact of dividend announcement on share prices before and after 1 month. So dividend announcement normally in the market, when the dividend is announced, so the share prices they react to that announcement. To check the impact of dividend announcement on the share prices, so we can have share prices of our sample stocks before 1 month of dividend announcement and share prices of our sample stock after 1 month of dividend announcement. So in this case, we will be having two paired samples and then we can apply a t-test to check that whether the mean difference between these two sets of observations is zero or not. So when we talk about paired sample t-test, so we need to check the hypothesis statements. So hypothesis statement, uh, what is hypothesis and how do we write hypothesis statement? So when we talk about hypothesis, it is a tentative explanation, the statement which explains a tentative explanation of an event that will occur or that has already occurred. So like many statistical procedures, the paired sample t-test has two competing hypotheses, null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. The null hypothesis assumes that the true mean difference between the paired samples is zero. And also under this model, all observable differences are explained by random variation. Viewers, conversely, the alternative hypothesis assumes that the true mean difference between the paired samples is not equal to zero. I'll show you the standard notation that how we can denote our null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. The alternative hypothesis can take one of several forms depending on the expected outcome. For example, if the direction of the difference does not matter, a two-tailed hypothesis is used. For example, if we say that the mean difference is equal to 0, or the alternative will be it is not equal to 0. So if it is not equal to 0, not equal to 0 means it can be greater than 0 or it can be less than 0. So in this case, I will use a two-tailed hypothesis. Otherwise, an upper-tailed or lower-tailed hypothesis can be used to increase the power of the test. The null hypothesis remains the same for each type of alternative hypothesis. So in the paired sample t-test, when we talk about hypothesis, we mention null hypothesis with H naught. You can see capital H, and in the subscript we put O or 0. And it is called as a null hypothesis. This is the statement that we want to check. So it assumes that the true mean difference is equal to 0. And the alternative hypothesis, we denote it with capital H, and in the subscript we put small a. Alternative hypothesis. The two-tailed alternative hypothesis assumes that the mean difference is not equal to 0. Now you can see that I have mentioned another alternative hypothesis. I am assuming like it depends on our nature of our hypothesis. If I am not concerned whether it is more than 0 or less than 0, so in this case the alternative hypothesis, the first one that I have mentioned, it will be sufficient. And if I am checking that the upper tailed alternative hypothesis assumes the mean is greater than 0, so then I will have to write greater than 0. Similarly, if the alternative hypothesis, the lower tailed alternative hypothesis assume the mean is less than 0, then I will use this alternative hypothesis. So now you can see practically that null hypothesis it is my hypothesis that the mean between two paired samples is equal to 0. So the alternative would be the mean is not equal to 0. So therefore we will get a two-tailed paired sample t-test. And if we have a mean greater than 0, so we will check one-sided t-test. And if it is less than 0, so we will check the lower tailed reading of a t-test. So it is important to remember that hypotheses are never about data. They are about the processes which produce the data. The goal of hypothesis testing is to determine the hypothesis, null or alternative, with which the data are more consistent. So the assumptions of a t-test, let's cover some assumptions of a paired sample t-test. So the first assumption, we have four main assumptions. The first is dependent variable must be continuous. The second assumption is the observations are independent of one another. And the third assumption is the dependent variable should be approximately normally distribution, meaning it should follow a bell icon, standard normal distribution. And then the fourth one is dependent variable should not contain any outlier. Outlier is a type of observation, though it belongs to the same group of data, but it is not in line with other observations. Let's say if in a class, the average score of a class is, let's say, B. All students have got B grade, and there is only one student which has got A plus, so that A plus student will be called as an outlier. So in this, paired sample t-test, the dependent variable, it should not contain any outlier. When we talk about interpretation, there are two types of significance to consider when interpreting the results of a paired sample t-test. The first one is called as a statistical significance. After running the t-test, we check the p-value we receive. Later, in one example, I'll discuss it that how we can apply t-test and how we can interpret p-value. So here we check p-value and we use the usual value, which is like a 5% or 0.05. So the p-value that we receive as a result of running the test, if it is more than 0.05, so we can say that the null hypothesis is accepted. And the second thing is that if it is less than 0.05, so we can say that null hypothesis is rejected, or we are failed to accept the null hypothesis. So in this case, the alternative hypothesis automatically will be selected. So this is what statistical significance, we check it through the p-value. So statistical significance is determined by looking at the p-value, and the p-value gives the probability of observing the test results under the null hypothesis. So when we talk about practical significance, so practical significance depends on the subject matter. It is not uncommon, especially with large sample sizes, to observe a result that is statistically significant but not practically significant. In most cases, both types of significance are required in order to draw meaningful conclusions. For example, if I am going to test the impact of dividend announcement on share prices, so the normal scenario is that dividend announcement, it does affect the share prices. But what if after running a test, if my null hypothesis is accepted, that okay, there is no impact of dividend announcement on share prices. So statistically, I'll get a significance result that okay, there is no impact, but practically it doesn't sounds practical. So therefore, we need to check the statistical significance as well as the practical significance. So practical significance depends on the subject matter. It is not uncommon, especially with large sample sizes, to observe a result that is statistically significant but not practically significant. The example as I have quoted. So in most cases, both types of significance are required in order to draw meaningful conclusions. So you can see that practical example applying paired sample t-test in Microsoft Excel. Here the standard notation I'm going to write that H naught, this is my null hypothesis. So I've mentioned that dividend announcement does not affect the share prices of the listed companies significantly. This is my null hypothesis. And the alternative is that dividend announcement does affect the share prices of the listed companies significantly. So this is how we can list null and alternative hypothesis. Now we need to we first, like when we need to apply a test, especially paired sample t-test using Microsoft Excel. So we need to install analysis tool pack first in our Excel. So these are the steps I have mentioned. As you can see over here, that the first step is to click on File in your Excel menu, and then you will have to click Options, then you will have to click Add-ins, and then afterwards you will have to click Analysis Tool Pack, and after selecting Analysis Tool Pack, you will have to click Go button, and then you will have to select Analysis Tool Pack check mark, click OK, and then under the Data menu, you will find Data Analysis icon as it is mentioned below. So I'm just going to show you practically. So let me take you to the Microsoft Excel. Here I am having, let's say, Microsoft Excel, and I have kept share prices, as you can see over here, that I'm having share prices before 1 month of dividend announcement, and I'm having share prices after 1 month dividend announcement. So in this case, first of all, I will have to install data analysis toolpack. So how to install it? First, you will have to click File. You can follow these steps. After clicking on File, you will have to go to the Options. So once you click an option, from here you will have to select Add-ins, and in the Add-ins you can see a list active application add-ins. So the first one is here, it is Analysis Toolpack. So once you click over it, and then you will have to click on Go button, and then this screen will appear. It will ask you the Analysis Toolpack. We are having Analysis Toolpack, VBA, Euro Currency Tools, and Solver add-ins, but you will have to check mark on the first one, which is analysis tool tag, and then you will have to click OK. So by doing this, once you click on your data menu in Microsoft Excel, once you click over here, you can see the right side of your screen that there is a data analysis icon. So now if you click on it, like as I have clicked over here, so now I'm going to apply a paired sample t-test. So just have a look. uh, from this data analysis tool tag, I will select uh, t-test paired sample for means. So after selecting it, I will click OK. Now the first variable I will have to select. So as I said that we test the same variable in different interval of times belonging to the same entity. So let's say there is a company XYZ company, and we have taken a share prices. Just for the sake of demonstration, I have taken only 5 prices, but when you do this test practically, so you will have to take as many prices, so that your test results, it will not be affected due to the small sample size. Now you see that the variable first I will have to select. So here I'm going to click, and this I will select, this is my variable first, and then click enter, and then you will have to select the second variable which I have selected, a share prices after 1 month. Click enter. Here it is asking me that hypothesized mean difference. So our null hypothesis is that the mean difference is equal to 0. So I will put 0 over here. Since I have selected the labels, so I will click over here the labels, and the output option, output range, I'm not defining. By default, this radio button, it will be click new worksheet. So new worksheet meaning that the test output, it will appear in your new worksheet. So I'll just click OK. So after this you will find this output. This is a t-test paired sample t-test output. So as you can see over here that we have a mean, variance, observations, correlation, hypothesized mean difference. This was our assumption. This was our assumption, and the degree of freedom, t-test, one tail, two tail. So as you can see that p2 tail value, because I'm not concerned whether it is more or less, so that's why I'm just going for the two tail p value. So here it comes 0.24, 0.24. So I've already discussed, like we use let's say a benchmark p value, let's say 0.05. So now you can see this p value, which is a two-tailed 0.24. Let me highlight it. I'm just going to highlight this. You can see that this p value, it is greater than our p value of 5%. So we can say that if p value is greater than 0.05, so we can say that accept H naught. And if p value is less than 0.05, so we can say reject H naught, or we are failed to reject H naught. So you can see over here that in this case the p value two tail is 0.24, which is much higher than 0.05. So we are going to accept our null hypothesis. And what was our null hypothesis? That dividend announcement does not affect share prices significantly. So by chance it is getting accepted. Why it is getting accepted? Because the data, I just took this hypothetical data by myself just to show you that how we can run a paired sample t-test. So normally when we this is, you see that this is statistically significant. When we talk about practical significance of the same scenario, so practically it happens, yes, whenever the dividends are announced. So the dividend announcement, it reflects in the movement of share prices. So as you can see that through a statistical test, it is statistically significant that there is no impact at all, but conversely, practically, it is different. So just refer to the previous slides where I have talked about statistical significance and practical significance. So I hope this way you would have understood how to apply uh, t-test. Similarly, if you want to use one-tail t-test, so you will have to you can use this one-tail t-test. We have a concept of uh, t-value, t-calculated and t-tabulated. So if calculated value is more than tabulated, then it will fall in the rejection region. So null hypothesis will be rejected. If it is less, then it is accepted. But here, since I was not concerned with whether it is more than 0 or less than 0, so that's why I've used t two-tail test value. So viewers, uh, let me go back to the slide. These are the steps that I have mentioned you will have to follow uh, regarding adding analysis tool tag in Microsoft Excel, and this is the data that I used to apply paired sample t-test. So just for the sake of example, uh, you can uh, you can draw a hypothetical data, or you can download that data from Yahoo Finance, or you can download data from MSN Finance, or any stock market related data. I mean dividend related data related to any company. So you can get a data before 1 month of dividend announcement and after 1 month of dividend announcement. So this is one of the applications. Similarly, if you want to check, um, let's say, impact of capital structure on the profitability of the company. So capital structure and the profitability, it belongs to the same company. So whenever we have two set of data that are paired to each other, and we cannot, if you change on the right side, the same data on the left side will also get changed. So even in this case, we can apply paired sample t-test. So viewers, I hope you would have liked this video. If you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly subscribe to it and press the bell icon so that you will get the intimation of all future videos which will be uploaded through this channel. Thank you very much. Stay blessed.